is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us. Protests in downtown Madison have entered into their 6th night.
Earlier today, protesters organized a car caravan where they eventually blocked traffic on the Beltline during rush hour before convening downtown. That's where we find our Gabriella Becerra with the very latest. Gabby?
Eric and Charlotte, we're at the top of State Street right now where a large crowd, I'd say a couple hundred people, are convening for yet another protest. This is now day 6 of the protest we've seen, and earlier today it started with a car caravan that started on Park Street, then blocked the Beltline, and then moved up East Washington all the way towards the home of Madison Metropolitan School District School Board President Gloria Reyes, and that's where they demanded one of the 3 of their issues that they want solved here, which is taking cops out of schools.
We would have the ability to kick them all out if that's what we want. We would have the ability to fire, the ability to hire, the ability to determine policies, the ability to determine practices and procedures.
The other 2 issues that they want handled is that they want Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway to defund the police department. Also, one of the things they brought up is that they want to see real action. What we saw yesterday with Madison law enforcement taking a knee, they say that is simply just an act, a show, and they want to see something more physical. But here at the protest tonight, there's, again, a couple hundred people, but it's been pretty peaceful so far. We will continue to keep you updated, Eric and Charlotte, as the night progresses.
Gabriella Becerra live for us downtown Madison. Gabby, thank you. And throughout Dane County, Madison isn't the only city holding rallies. Even smaller cities like Stoughton, where people gathered together today. Some of the demonstrators we spoke with say the death of George Floyd doesn't just impact those bigger cities, so they are showing their support where they can.
The past 2 weeks have driven a lot of people in our own community to demand more transparency and accountability from police. Alder Paul Skidmore said he's received dozens of emails from community members demanding that police wear body cameras. It is something he said he's been trying to get up and running for years.
There's no downside in transparency and honesty. The police have nothing to hide, and if they do something wrong, they need to be held accountable. If they do something right and they're falsely accused, it's going to all come out in the wash. There is no downside to having this.
Skidmore said he hopes to have a drafted resolution to present at the next council meeting to launch a pilot program for the body cameras, and is hopeful that it can get up and running within a month and a half. We're also seeing video of how a State Street business owner protected his store this week with a sword. Dubai restaurant owner Mayar Maktabi says his restaurant was already hurt during the pandemic, so he wasn't going to let any rioters break in and destroy what he calls his dream. So when a glass window in front of his store was shattered early Tuesday morning, the native of Syria sprung into action.
I worked hard enough for 5 years, 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have no day off to spend it with my wife or with my kids, just to get to the point where I am right now. And just like people are gonna get it easy, no, take my life before you take it easy.
He says the sword has been in his family for generations and was actually used to cut his wedding cake.
Minneapolis took its first step towards healing as family, friends, and civil rights leaders paid tribute to George Floyd. The Reverend Al Sharpton eulogized Floyd, whose life was cut short last week at the hands of police. Today's service at North Central University is just the first of several honoring his life and legacy. Floyd's body will be flown to North Carolina, where he was born, for a public viewing and a private family service on Saturday. Then there will also be a large service on Tuesday in Houston. That's where George Floyd grew up. Kanye West is donating $2 million to support the families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. The rapper says he's also paying for a college fund for Floyd's 6-year-old daughter, Gianna, as well as helping with legal bills for the 3 families. The 3 former Minneapolis officers who were charged yesterday made their first court appearance today. A judge setting their bail at $750,000 apiece. Tu Tao, Thomas Lane, and Alexander King are all charged with aiding and abetting George Floyd's death.
In a historic announcement today, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam ordered the removal of the Robert E. Lee statue from Monument Avenue in Richmond. Northam says he has ordered the Department of General Services to remove the Lee statue as soon as possible. It will go into storage, and he will work with the community to determine its future. It will be the latest in a series of controversial statues to come down during the protest. New body camera video now. We told you yesterday about an incident in Monona where police responded to a call of a suspicious person and handcuffed a man inside the home he had recently moved into. To protect the man who made the complaint against police, we have edited out parts of the video where police say his name and blurred the renter's face since he's done nothing wrong.
Police department, come out with your hands up. Come out with your hands up.
Okay.
Keep walking.
Sir, this is me.
Okay.
Okay, come on out here. You don't live here. My coach's house, Coach Rundle.
Okay.
He left me and Torrance stay here. You can call him, ask him.
Okay.
Why am I leaving Spain though?
Because you don't live here, and the person that lived here passed away.
So, this is the reason why you're here. Someone called because they...
I know, because I'm a black man and it's that lady right there, even though she waved at me.
That wasn't...
Monona Mayor Mary O'Connor says she ordered this body camera video be released in the spirit of transparency. The city has apologized to the man involved and has ordered an independent investigation.
Let's get a look at your first warn forecast now. Some weather out there affecting parts of the viewing area. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Yeah, some showers and thunderstorms moving into southwestern Wisconsin. The time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville shows the storms still well out to the west in Iowa, but you could already see the tops of those storms blowing into southwestern Wisconsin. And then the clouds started to move in along with some showers and isolated thunderstorms. They've moved past Platteville, but you can see them now moving eastward into Iowa and Lafayette counties from about Darlington into the Dodgeville area, and some of the rain just starting to make it into the western portions of Dane County. Also some thunderstorms back to the west across western Minnesota. They'll be here later on tonight. There's a marginal risk of a severe thunderstorm overnight. I think the better threat will stay out to the west in Iowa and Minnesota. That's after a day where a high temperature in Madison topped out at 87. Janesville hit 90, as did Boscobel, but you can see temperatures have fallen into the upper 60s and lower 70s as the rain has moved in. Dew point temperatures have actually climbed up in southwestern Wisconsin, still remain fairly low from Madison on toward the east. So look for shower or thunderstorm chances into tomorrow morning. Then it'll turn partly sunny and warm. It'll be less humid in the afternoon with a high of 82. The weekend looks nice, but another warm-up's on the way for the early part of next week. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. To our coronavirus headlines now. Here's a look at the latest state numbers. There have now been more than 20,000 confirmed cases in Wisconsin. Almost 500 new cases reported today. Overall, there have been nearly 630 deaths statewide. 65% of people who have tested positive have now fully recovered. Some big cancellations due to COVID-19 again today. The World Dairy Expo, held every year, of course, in Madison, will no longer happen this fall. In an announcement this afternoon on the organization's Facebook page, the board president says it's just not feasible under current guidelines from Dane County and also the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. He says other options were explored, but the decision came down to safety.
Campgrounds at state parks throughout Wisconsin are reopening next week. Starting Wednesday, they will be allowed to operate with new restrictions. The DNR says visitors will be able to check in automatically with a touchless system. There will also be informational signs throughout the park. Annual park stickers and trail passes are still required for entry. All remaining Badger Honor flights are canceled for the rest of the year. The organization provides veterans free trips to Washington, D.C. to allow them to see the memorials built in honor of their service. They say they have weighed the risks and feel it is in everyone's best interest to wait until they can safely fly. And Summerfest made the call today to cancel this year's event. This is the first time it has happened in Summerfest's more than 50-year history. Originally, organizers postponed the festival to September, but today they decided to cancel it altogether.
All inmates and staff in Wisconsin's 36 adult prisons will be tested for COVID-19 under the State Department of Corrections plan to resume more normal operations. On Monday, the DOC started accepting new prisoners and transfers again after a moratorium that the governor issued expired. Visits from family and friends are still suspended. And Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett says the city's bars and restaurants can officially open for indoor service starting tomorrow. They'll be allowed to reopen at 2 p.m. as long as they stay at or below 25% of capacity. That decision was made after the city met several key indicators needed to advance to phase 3 in the health department's Moving Milwaukee Forward plan.
Across the country, nearly 1.9 million people applied for unemployment benefits last week. It is the 9th straight decline since applications spiked in mid-March. Weekly claims in Wisconsin also continue to drop. Even so, people are still reporting to us they are struggling to get their benefits. Secretary Caleb Frostman says new staff have been trained and things should improve going through June. Another change he wants to see is a simplification of the process. He said people shouldn't have to read through a page of FAQs to figure out if they even qualify. Still ahead tonight, we'll head back downtown for an update on the 6th night of protest.
Plus, Governor Tony Evers announcing plans to celebrate Pride Month at the Capitol. The story when we come back.
The sale of the summer is on now at Ashley Home Store. Who says you have to pay thousands for one-of-a-kind furniture? Show your style with a custom sofa, now just $7.99 and ready for delivery in 3 weeks. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Here's to all the farm and fleet dads, the ones who get the job done right, the ones who work hard and take pride in what they do, the ones who take the time to pass it on. Show your appreciation this Father's Day with a gift you know he'll love from his favorite store, Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Like this DeWalt Mechanics tool set, just $129.99. Yellow Jacket extension cords, only $34.99. And get $20 instant savings on DeWalt outdoor power tools.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
While there's no instruction manual for what we're all going through now, there is Christian and Natalie and all our other associates at Pick and Save, working with one of the country's biggest supply chains for the Kroger family of brands, keeping our promise that our shelves will be continually stocked and that you'll always have access to the things you need. Because together, we've got you covered. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
My mom is 81, and I worry about her. So I went online and found the new Lively Mobile Plus from Great Call. If she ever needs help, she can just press the button. And with the Great Call Link app, I'll get an alert right on my smartphone if she does contact 5-Star.
With the fastest call response time, they'll assess your situation, confirm your location, and send you the help you need.
Now more affordable with 25% off for a limited time. AARP members get an exclusive discount on select plans.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
The sale of the summer is on now at Ashley Home Store. We've transferred hundreds of clearance items from our warehouse to our store to save you up to 90% off for this massive blowout event. Bring your truck and trailer for immediate pickup or delivery. These deals are too hot to miss. Ashley Home Store.
Friday morning, Hattie has a beautiful weekend in store for us. She'll have all the details in her First Warn forecast. And after nearly a full week of protests, we are continuing the conversation about race in Madison. We'll see you starting at 4:30 tomorrow.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. We are still following breaking news tonight in downtown Madison, where protests are continuing for a 6th consecutive night.
Our Gabriella Becerra has been following the developments, and she is live on the Capitol Square with an update on tonight's rally. Gabby?
Hi, Charlotte and Eric. There's still a big crowd here, about a couple hundred people, but it's been remaining peaceful, except for what you just saw there, but still a very peaceful night. People are crowding. Again, the three main issues that these protesters want to see happen is defunding the police. They want to see all black incarcerated people taken out of the jail, and they want to see cops taken out of schools. But again, we will keep following this for you tonight. We haven't seen any cops on the ground yet, but still a large group of people here, and it's remaining peaceful.
Gabriella Becerra reporting live tonight. Thank you. And for the latest developments on this developing nationwide story, be sure to stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com.
New tonight, President Trump's re-election effort is set to resume in-person campaigning next week. for the first time since the pandemic sidelined their massive ground game operation nearly 3 months ago. Trump Victory, the joint effort between the Trump campaign and the Republican National Committee, begins its summer kickoff, sending volunteers and staffers back on the ground for door knocking, in-person training sessions, and voter registrations. Also new tonight, Governor Evers says the rainbow pride flag will once again be raised over the state capitol tomorrow in honor of Pride Month. According to a release from the governor's office, the flag will fly over the east wing of the Capitol building starting at 1 tomorrow afternoon and ending at sunset June 30th. Last year was the first year in the state's history that it had been flown at the Capitol.
And let's head to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at your first warn forecast. Gary?
After a sunny day today, some showers and thunderstorms are moving in from the west. This is the time lapse from the WIC Skycam looking off toward the southwest. You can see we had bright sunshine for the afternoon. Those high thin clouds on the horizon were actually the blow-off tops from storms that were back in Iowa. But the clouds started to move in as we headed towards sunset, and now we're starting to see some showers and isolated thunderstorms moving to southwestern Wisconsin. Notice how they are diminishing as they push eastward toward Madison. The air is much drier here compared to where it is over southwestern Wisconsin. Dew point temperatures where the showers and storms are occurring are in the mid-60s. In Madison, they're in the middle 50s. So that's really taken a lot of the punch out of the showers and storms, but we'll probably see additional showers and storms later on tonight. In fact, the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center doesn't rule out an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm occurring with hail and gusty winds being the main threat. The storms that are approaching Madison from the west had a history of producing some hail in Iowa and also about almost an inch and a half of rain in about a 20-minute period. But again, they're losing a lot of their punch as they move eastward. The air to the west in Minnesota and Iowa, much more unstable. The humidity levels are high there, so that's why the severe weather threat is higher there. So the thunderstorm chances overnight into tomorrow morning, and then the humidity starts dropping tomorrow afternoon, and that sets up a nice weekend with sunny skies, pleasant conditions, high temperatures in the upper 70s. Today we're in the upper 80s. Madison topped out at 87. Janesville hit 90. La Crosse 91. Temperatures were in the mid 80s even to Lake Michigan before a lake breeze kicked in. Farther to the south and west, temperatures in the 90s across Iowa, 93 in Waterloo, Iowa, and dew point temperatures there were in the mid 60s to around 70. But these thunderstorms developed right on the leading edge of the humid air. The air across the rest of Wisconsin pretty dry right now. There's also a weak cold front to our north and west bringing some showers and thunderstorms. Those could get here by morning, but you can see behind it things actually get very quiet again. The jet stream kind of flattens out. That allows mild Pacific air to head in our direction. We are watching Tropical Depression Cristobal as it moves back into the Gulf of Mexico. That could bring moisture to us by late Tuesday into Wednesday of next week, and that brings the potential at least for some heavier rain. The computer models are showing perhaps anywhere between 1 and 2 inches of rain from late Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning. So it'll be a quick moving system, but again, it could bring some fairly heavy rain as it passes through. Tonight, there's a weak cold front to our north and west and then a little wave of low pressure along it. That's what's bringing the shower and thunderstorm chances out to the west. Temperatures right now generally in the 60s in northern Wisconsin, around 70 or a little bit above in southern Wisconsin, but La Crosse got missed out by the rain and they're still close to 80 degrees. Dew point temperatures have started to creep up over southwestern Wisconsin. Notice Madison's dew point 55 compared to 68 in Dubuque, Iowa. So again, as those storms move into that drier air farther east, that will really take a lot of the wind out of their sails. So for tomorrow, there'll be a thunderstorm chance in the morning, otherwise partly sunny and warm, high of 82. The humidity levels will start to drop off in the afternoon. And then as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, dry weather expected for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, although southerly winds on Monday will bring the temperature right back up to 87. Humidity follows for Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday with showers and thunderstorms. Again, some of that could be moisture from Cristobal. And then after that passes, a nice period of weather. It's sunny skies, high temperatures in the 70s beginning on Thursday and lasting through the following weekend.
So Cristobal is a really big, I mean, we're relying on that for next week.
Well, it will still get rain, even if we don't get the remnants of it. We just could get a period of heavy rain if all of that moisture moves in. But it looks like it'll be moving fast enough to prevent a widespread flooding situation.
It's such a balancing act here.
It is.
All right, Gary, thank you.
And just ahead in sports, a lifetime of love. The secret to 65 years of marriage from a Hall of Fame Badger. Zach is in next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Whether you're catching fish or playing fetch, Fleet Farm has what you need. This week, save big on things like Wrangler jeans. Save $5 on men's Wrangler denim jeans. Rapala Shad Wraps, exclusive colors, $5.99. Select Goodyear tires. Buy 3, get the 4th free. Plus, get up to $50 back after rebate. And get 25% off trees, nursery stock, and hanging baskets in the garden center. No matter the job, we've got you covered. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Rogan's Shoes retail stores are now open. When you visit Rogan's, we'll be practicing good social distancing for the protection of all customers and employees. If you would like to limit contact and have curbside pickup, just call your local store to set it up. If you prefer to shop online, Rogan's Shoes would like to remind you our website is open and we are still offering free shipping. Rogan's wants to help by providing you the best solution possible for your family. Selection, service, and savings. That's Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Now you can shop for food and shoes at the grocery store. Introducing DSW now at Hy-Vee. You'll find summer styles for the whole family. And right now, all DSW shoes at Hy-Vee stores are 50% off. And we've got hundreds of thousands of shoes on sale. Get 50% off all women's shoes, 50% off all men's shoes, and 50% off all kids' shoes. Check out DSW at Hy-Vee and get 50% off all shoes.
Staying in touch has never been more important. So US Cellular has extended its plan to waive data overage charges by 2 more months. Now through July 31st, no matter what plan you're on, you'll have the smartphone data you need and not be charged for any overages. That way, you can work from home, check the latest headlines, and stay in touch with family and friends without worrying about your bill. So even if you have to be apart, you can stay in touch. US Cellular.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. That's why your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers. If you need a new Equinox, get 0% APR for 72 months or $4,500 cash allowance on most models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available, so you can find new roads with confidence.
Home is dancing because no one's watching. Home is a reason to disturb the peace. Home is laughter. Home is where heads come to rest. A place to let go and a place to find again. At Stanley Steamer, we love home, and we know that a clean home is a healthy home. We're ready when you are.
We stand united against racism,
against police brutality.
We stand against a broken system,
against oppression,
against injustice.
We stand against injustice.
That was part of a 2-minute video from the leaders of the Packers. Guys on offense, defense, special teams, and even head coach Matt LaFleur. United with a simple message. It's time for a change. And it doesn't stop there with the video. The Packers are going to be part of that change, giving $500,000 to Wisconsin causes that support social justice and racial equality. And one happy couple in Middleton celebrated their 65th wedding anniversary with a surprise parade from their family tonight. Now you might be asking, what does this have to do with sports? Well, if you've been a Badger basketball fan at all in the last 55 years, you might recognize the two. Melissa Kim shares the story of Otto and Barb Pulse.
It's a tale as old as time.
How did you meet?
You gotta tell her. Girl meets boy.
I said, oh, you must be little Otto.
Girl likes boy.
And I asked him, what do you do? He said, well, I don't want to say anything, but I played baseball for the university for 3 years. And I said, are you any good?
And the rest, as they say, is history. 65 years to be exact.
I don't know if there's any secret, but no. Like any other couple, you argue a lot, and you sometimes argue with
silly
teaching the kids, and then you make up. When I met Otto, he was the nicest person I ever met, and I can still say that.
That helps.
And it helps that Barb loves basketball because the last 55 years were spent at Badger basketball games. He knows exactly which one's her favorite.
You know what it is?
What?
The basketball memory. Which one?
Oh, it's got to be. It has to be one of the Final Fours.
The Kentucky.
Now, the two navigating a pandemic and spending every day together hasn't been any different than the last, well, 23,742.
It's really been very, very good. No fights, so we haven't argued.
No. I mean, do things together like make the bed.
And it's really the little things that mean the most to these two.
She was always so good about compassionate and really a lovable girl. I think I'll keep her.
And we're back after this.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 84 months on a 2019 built Ford Tough F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Wireless has begun. T-Mobile and Sprint are joining forces. By bringing together our two networks, T-Mobile will build America's largest and most reliable 5G network with more towers, more engineers, and more coverage. You'll get the best 5G network and the best prices. Welcome to T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
You get more out of your laundry when you get it at the Brothers Maine. We're the team that gives you more laundry brands, savings, and service every time. What more can the More store do for you? How about free delivery on your washer-dryer pair and a risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee? Because we're not happy until you're happy. From laundry to TVs, appliances to mattresses, Maine means more because you deserve more, right? See for yourself at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Savor the simple of Kemp's Simply Crafted ice cream. No artificial flavors, no shortcuts, ever. Just fresh cream from family farms, crafted with loads of goodness. It's simply delicious. Kemp's, good comes around. Bring home more Simply Crafted magic, now in sandwiches and new flavors.
Whether it's your morning cup of coffee or waiting for mom and dad to come home, our windows will provide endless possibilities to your daily routine here at Mad City Windows. Now would be a great time to take advantage of our summer spectacular sale. Get a house full of windows for $29.95. Zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for 18 months. A bonus. Buy 7 or more premium windows and get a patio door installed for free. Ask about our virtual online estimate. Call now to get a $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your estimate.
Traffic delays? Be the first to know with First Warn Weather and Traffic. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. We want to head back to downtown Madison one last time.
Protests are continuing around the Capitol Square for a 6th straight night. Our Gabriella Becerra live with another update. Gabby?
Hi, Eric and Charlotte. We are seeing sort of the same thing we saw the last time we checked in with you guys. The crowd is very fluid, though. Some people are leaving, some people are coming, although I would say the size is remaining pretty much the same with hundreds of people. They're listening to lots of music. Occasionally, we hear some bursts of chanting, the same messages we've been seeing over the past couple of days, mostly involving derogatory messages towards the police, as one of their main issues here is that they want to defund the police department. But overall, Well, a very peaceful evening so far, and we will continue to update on News 3 Now, channel3000.com, and our social media as the night goes on, because these protesters, if anything like the past couple of nights, they plan on being out here till early in the morning.
Gabby, thank you. And I want to reiterate what she said throughout the rest of the night. We will be cutting into programming with any update from downtown Madison. So stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for the latest.
All right, Gary, I got my little trusted app here, and it looks like on radar we got a little rain coming western Dane County, right?
You're seeing it move in. Yeah, exactly. We've got some showers and thunderstorms, although they've really been weakening as they push toward Madison. You can see as we zoom in, almost all of the lightning has gone into the western part of Dane County. The air is a little bit drier closer to Madison. Temperatures right now in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Tomorrow, look for a high of 82. The thunderstorm chances will be highest in the morning. And then after that, look for nice weather for the weekend. Warm up early next week, some thunderstorms midweek, and then another spell of very nice weather at the end of next week and into the following weekend.
Well, it looks great, Gary. Thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we will see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
It's tempting to resist the urge to turn one's attention away from the twin crises of coronavirus and racial virus, as compelling as they are. But we can't lose sight of the rest of civic business being conducted in the midst of these crises and risk the consequences of doing so. And thus we ask, how in the world did the University of Wisconsin system bungle the search for a new system president so badly? What are the regents on the board thinking? After rejecting legitimate requests for a more representative selection committee and then cloaking the process and candidates in secrecy, the system this week presented exactly one candidate as a finalist for the job of replacing retiring UW system president Ray Cross. It's hard to overstate the importance of this hire in light of the extraordinary challenges the UW is facing and will face in a changed world. We're very concerned about where this search stands.